Have you ever wondered what the difference between c'est and il est is, and when you would use c'est compared to when you would use il est to mean it is? Well, hopefully I'll make it clear today. We would normally think c'est means it is and il est means he is, but there are times when c'est can mean he is or she is, and il est can mean it is. It all depends on what's coming after. So let's have a look at when we choose which one. So c'est, first of all, is used with a noun. If you've got un stylo, une fille, la table, un cahier, a book, anything that is a noun, you're going to use c'est in front of. You're identifying a noun. C'est un stylo. It's a pen. C'est une fille. We could translate that as it's a girl. Okay? But we could also translate it as she's a girl. But we would need in French to always put c'est une fille because it's a noun that's following it. Un menteur is a liar. Un menteur, this is the masculine form of it. Feminine would be une menteuse. And because I'm talking about a noun, a liar, un menteur, I'm going to need to start my sentence with c'est. C'est un menteur. Even though what I mean here is he is a liar rather than it is a liar. So c'est un menteur, we have to use c'est because we've got the noun coming after, even though here it means he is. We also use c'est with names. So c'est Marie, it's Marie. C'est Jean-Claude, it's Jean-Claude. We also use c'est when we are reacting to a situation or an idea. Not when we're describing a noun directly, but when we're thinking about, it's a brilliant idea that we're going to go to the beach today. Oui, c'est incroyable. Now, when should we use il est? Well, il est is used with adjectives. This is when we're describing a person or a thing that we've already talked about at some point, and now I need to say it is whatever, or he is, or she is, whatever. So, il est gentil, he is kind, elle est triste, she is sad, if I'm talking about people. But if I was talking about a chair, and I wanted to say it is comfortable, because a chair is feminine, I'd say elle est confortable. Or if I was talking about a table, and I wanted to say that it is hard, because the word table is feminine, la table, I would say elle est dure. And I would use elle est, even though I mean it is in English, but because I'm just talking about the table already, I've already spoken about that, I'm not using the noun again, I'm just using an adjective. The other time you use il est or elle est is with professions. So in French you don't put an un or an une in front of a profession. In English we do. We would say he is a nurse or she is a doctor. But in French, we say il est professeur. He is teacher. We don't bother with the un or the une. So it almost acts a bit like an adjective here because there's not an un or an une and then the noun. It's just he is teacher, he is nurse, he is doctor. The other time you use il est or elle est is with nationalities. Il est français. Again, this is like an adjective acting here. So he is French. It's not saying he is a Frenchman. We're saying he is French. And we also use it with the time. When you just want to say it is 9 o'clock, you're just giving the time, nothing else about it, just it is 9 o'clock, it is 10 o'clock, whatever time it is, you say il est, il est. So let's have a look at a couple of examples. So la maison, we're talking about this thing, maison is feminine, beautiful house. So if I'm going to say it's a beautiful house, I'm going to say c'est or c'est une belle maison. If I make a little liaison there, c'est une belle maison. It's a beautiful house. Yes, I've got an adjective in it, but I've also got the noun, a house. So it is a beautiful house. But if I'm just talking about it is beautiful, and I'm not saying the house is beautiful, but I just want to say it's beautiful, because house is feminine, I need to use elle, and then I'm going to say elle est belle. Elle est belle. Here, I don't have the noun, so I use the elle followed directly by the adjective. So c'est plus a noun, there's our noun, but il or elle est plus an adjective. Next one. La table. En bois means wooden. La table is feminine, so wooden is an adjective again. But here, c'est une table en bois. It is a wooden table. Table, there's our noun, so we have to use c'est. Here, I'm just saying it's wooden, but because table is feminine, I'm going to say elle est en bois. There's my adjective. So here's our rule. It is with a noun, il or elle est with an adjective. We'll do one with a masculine one. So le stylo, c'est un stylo vert. It is a green pen. There's my noun, a pen, and there's my adjective. C'est un stylo vert. So that's why I've got to use c'est, because I've got my noun. I'm describing the noun, and the noun is there in it. But the next one, we've already talked about my pen, and then a bit later on I might say it's green. Here, il est vert. It's just the adjective vert, so therefore I need il est, because stylo is masculine. So c'est un stylo vert, but il or elle est vert. No noun here. A common mistake. Il est un homme fort, or il est un homme fort, is wrong. The reason it's wrong is because we've got the noun in it. He is a strong man is what I want to say. But what do I need to do then? I need to put c'est un homme fort. Even though this feels weird for us because it looks like it is a strong man, but that's not what we're saying. The reason why we're saying he is a strong man here is because we've got the noun a man. And when you say it like this, c'est un homme fort, c'est with a noun, we're kind of giving a bit of our opinion. We're giving a quality to this man. He's a strong man. We're giving a bit more of an emphasis to that. Whereas if we were just having our conversation and we wanted to say, we're talking about somebody and we want to say he's strong, all we would need to do is il est fort, because here we've got the adjective fort, strong, but we haven't got the word a man. Okay, so it's not quite giving us much of a personal feeling about this man. He's a strong man, he's just strong. You're just stating a fact. Another mistake is this. Il est un avocat. Un avocat is a lawyer. It's also an avocado, but not in this context we're using today. Il est un avocat. What's the problem with this? Well, here we've got a noun, haven't we? Un avocat. So if we want to say he is a lawyer, he is a solicitor, we're going to say c'est un avocat, because c'est is the one that you have to use when there's a noun. Okay. Now, I told you at the beginning that with professions, you don't use un or une. There is an exception when you might, and that is if you are presenting somebody and you're saying, this is my husband, he is a solicitor, he is a lawyer. Voici mon mari, c'est un avocat. Okay? But generally, if you're just talking about somebody and then you go on to say, oh yeah, he's a lawyer, then we would just say il est avocat, which is that rule we saw before, where we're using il or elle est, and then straight away the profession, no un or une, so it's not a noun here, it's acting a bit like an adjective. With time, c'est 11 heures, it's 11 o'clock, that's not how we do it. When we tell the time, we have to use il est 11 heures, il est 11 heures. But watch out, if we're saying what time's your appointment and we're answering, it's at 11 o'clock, then we can use c'est à 11 heures, c'est à 11 heures. So when there's it is at and then a time of an event, that's fine, we can use c'est. It's only when you're just doing the time on its own that you need to say il est. So a real world application of this is when a friend of mine, her neighbour had passed away sadly, and she wanted to write a condolence card to his wife, and she wanted to say he was a lovely man. So she put it into DeepL, she thought she knew what she would say, but she just wanted to double check, and DeepL came back with this and said, c'était un homme très gentil. And she messaged me and asked, well, why is it c'était un homme très gentil? Is that something wrong? It feels weird. It was a very nice man, very kind man. And the answer was that no, because we're describing a noun here, un homme, we do need the c'est. Well, the c'était is the past version of it. It was. He was. So this was absolutely right. C'était un homme très gentil. He was a very nice man, a very kind man, because we've got the noun in here. If I just wanted to say he was always thoughtful and generous, like I've got in this sentence here, here I'm not giving the noun. I'm not saying a man. I'm just saying he was always, and then my two adjectives. He was always thoughtful and generous. If you already know, if you know the person's name and you don't want to say he was, or he was a very nice man, or he was a very thoughtful man, and you want to say like Charles Charles était un homme très gentil. Charles était toujours attentionné général. You just wouldn't worry about the first little part of it, the pronoun. So a little quiz here. I'm going to go quite quickly, so pause me between each one and then you have got time to think. Okay? So I'm starting now. Get ready with your pause button. First one. C'est un vétérinaire sympa, because we're talking about a noun. Number 2. Il est français, because we're talking about an adjective. French, a nationality. Number 3. C'est mon voisin préféré, because we're talking about a noun here, my neighbour. It's a noun. Number 4. Il est gentil avec les animaux. He is kind with animals. There's my adjective. I'm not saying he is an animal, I'm saying he's kind. Next one, number 5. C'est une très belle maison. Une maison is a noun, so it's got to be in there. Even though there's an adjective as well, but we've got the noun that we're including. Jardinier means gardener. Okay, number 6. Il est jardinier à la retraite. À la retraite means retired. So he is retired gardener. Remember, jardinier is a profession, but we don't need an a or an une, so it kind of acts a bit like an adjective here. So il est jardinier à la retraite. Next one, number 7. C'est un ami de mon mari. It's a friend of my husband's. Un ami, noun. Next one, number 8. Il est toujours à l'heure. À l'heure, on time, so this is describing him. We're not saying he is a man who's always on time, we're just saying he's always on time, so it's got to be il est. Number 9. C'est une fête très agréable. We've got to use c'est because we're talking about a noun. Number 10. Il est content d'avoir trouvé un bon maçon. Watch out here. I know I've got un bon maçon here, but it's got nothing. It's not about the good builder. It is about he is happy to have found a good builder. He, the subject of my sentence, we're talking about. He is happy. That's my adjective, and then the rest of it comes a bit later. Next, number 11. C'est une bonne idée. It's a good idea. Une idée, a noun. And number 12, c'est une bonne question. Again, une question is a noun. So it's quite complicated, that one, il est and c'est, but if you can try and remember in your head that c'est is with a noun and il est is with an adjective and not the noun, that can help you decide which one to use. And if you would like a PDF with this information on it, you can just click in the link below this video and that will take you to my website where you can download it. Ok, au revoir!